Welcome back. Today, let's talk about the cloud adoption framework. Now, before organizations move to the cloud, AWS provides guidance, best practices, and structured approach for them to successfully adopt the AWS cloud. Now, think of an architect. Before they build, they need a clear design that addresses both technical and business needs. And this is considered as their blueprint. So, the AWS well architected framework has perspectives. And these perspectives have been grouped into two capabilities. The first capability is the business capability. Now, under the business capability, there is the business, the people, and the governance perspectives. And the second capability is the technical capability. And under that, we have the platform, the security, and the operations perspectives. Now, let's take them one after the other to understand what they entail. So, under the business perspective, the goal is to ensure that IT is aligned with business needs and that the IT investment can be traced to a demonstrable business result. What this means is that the business have to find their money worth in adopting cloud infrastructure, or simply put, they want return on investment. Things to consider here includes developing a business case, realizing the value of cloud, managing the business portfolio, and prioritizing initiatives. The stakeholders that you are going to find here are the business managers, the finance managers, budget owners, and strategy stakeholders. Questions to be asked under the business perspective include: can we connect every IT initiative to a measurable business outcome? Have we defined the expected business value from cloud adoption? And our initiative prioritized based on return on investment and strategic fit. Under the people's perspective, the goal is to ensure that the workforce is ready and has the necessary skills to support cloud adoption. Things to consider here is change management, training and certification programs, planning your workforce, analyzing skill gaps, and organizational change leadership. Stakeholders under the business Stakeholders, under the people's perspective, include the HR managers, the training department, the team leads, and the change management leaders. Questions that can be asked here are: have we identified skills gaps in our workforce? Do we have a plan to train employees on cloud technologies? And are leaders prepared to guide teams through the change? Once all of these are checked out, then organizations can feel confident to adopt the cloud. Under the governance perspective, the goal is to also ensure that proper policies and controls are in place for cloud adoption. So, capabilities that are going to be considered here include managing portfolio again, program and then project management, risk management, compliance management, and cloud policy enforcement. Stakeholders that are going to be involved under the governance perspective include program managers, project managers, portfolio managers, and risk or compliance officers. Questions that can be asked under the governance perspective include: do we have governance processes that align with cloud adoption? How do we ensure compliance with regulations in the cloud? And our controls for costs, security, and resource usage. So the governance perspective is just to make sure that by moving to the cloud, you are not going against any risk or compliance requirements. The platform perspective is more focused on ensuring that the right architecture, tools, and resources are in place to build and operate workloads. Capabilities here include architecture design, infrastructure provisioning, application migration planning, continuous integration and deployment, and infrastructure automation. Stakeholders that can be found under the platform perspective include solutions architects, cloud engineers, and infrastructure teams. Questions that can be asked under the platform perspective include: is our architecture designed for scalability and high availability? You remember the well-architected framework, right? Do we have automation in place for provisioning resources? And are migration plans detailed and validated? The security perspective is more focused on securing the business environment to meet compliance requirements. So capabilities here are implementing identity and access management, threat detection and response, data encryption and key management, compliance auditing, and security incidents response. Stakeholders that can be found here are the Chief Information Security Officers, or CISOs for short, security architects, compliance officers, and IT security teams. Questions that can be asked here are: do we have an identity and access management plan? Are our workloads compliant with industry regulations? And how do we detect and respond to security threats in the cloud? The final one is the operations perspective. The goal here is to ensure ongoing support and operations of business, and also define how day-to-day, quarter-to-quarter, and year-to-year business will be conducted. So capabilities here include monitoring your services, monitoring application performance, taking resource inventory, release management or change management, reporting and analytics, business continuity planning, and IT service catalog. Stakeholders that can be found here include operations managers, support engineers, and site reliability engineers. Questions that can be asked under the operations perspective include: have we defined how business will operate in the cloud on daily, quarterly, and yearly basis? Are service level agreements aligned with customer and business expectations? And do we have operational processes to monitor and continually improve performance? So, the operations perspective is more focused on business continuity. In summary, the cloud adoption framework provides a roadmap for organizations to successfully adopt cloud, ensuring that they cover both business needs and technical readiness. There are 6 perspectives that act as a checklist and guide for decision making before, during, and after migration. Okay, so this wraps up the AWS Cloud Adoption Framework, and I hope you liked it. I'll see you in the next one.